So, we've already got two epic Synthwave skins in Overwatch 2 for Tracer and for Lifeweaver. But will there be any future Synthwave skins in the game? More specifically and importantly, will we ever get to see a legendary Synthwave skin in a future season? What is up everyone, it's CMG here, and I'd like to use today's video as a gentle reminder of how Synthwave is being represented in Overwatch 2 in the form of not just the content we've gotten in previous seasons since the game's sequel launched last year, but also during the Overwatch 1 period. Skins that aren't directly Synthwave, but rather aspire to it in a way that would make you think it had some representation of it. I'd also like to earmark 3 specific heroes that would be a really good fit for a possible legendary Synthwave skin in the future. Of course, these heroes will probably not be an exact fit to the aesthetic, rather these would be strictly my opinions. Why am I doing this video? No other reason, other than the fact that I happen to love Synthwave. I mean, who knows, somewhere down the Overwatch 2 season timeline we could have it where one season wishes to elaborate further on the 80s aesthetic, and we could have tons of cosmetics in the battle pass that includes more Synthwave content to further build upon what Overwatch 2 have included already in terms of the aesthetic. The fact that we currently have a name card, a Tracer highlight intro, a souvenir, and 2 epic skins for the aesthetic tells me that Blizzard could be willing to do something more elaborate with it in the future. They may want to promote a legendary Synthwave skin in the shop and then maybe throw the Tracer and Lifeweaver skins in there as well as part of a bundle to make the deal seem somewhat more attractive to anyone heading into the shop. Now before we go ahead and talk about this further, I just want to remind you all once again, if you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button, send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. For those of you that have done it already, thank you, I highly appreciate you. So I mentioned before about earlier Overwatch skins representing Synthwave from somewhat of an outside perspective, but celebrates it as if it were part of the aesthetic. I've outlined these specific ones here. So we have Genji's Cyberpunk Mythic skin, Echo's Dance Machine Epic, Cybermedic Ana, Diva's Legendary EDM skin from Season 1, and of course Zarya's Totally 80s Legendary from a few years back as part of the Halloween Terror event. I already made a video some time ago where I counted down my top 5 Synthwave skins, and it was before the Tracer and Lifeweaver epic skins had even come out, so it's good to have a look at that video as well. So, aside from the 2 epic Tracer and Lifeweaver skins we have, what about the 3 heroes in Overwatch 2 that I think would be a good fit for a potential legendary Synthwave skin in the future? I mean, there are quite a lot of heroes to choose from, so whoever I mention here will probably be a blind guess, all things considered. Now, the first hero I'm going to mention here is Soldier 76. Simply put, I think a veteran soldier repping a Synthwave outfit, especially when he sports a visor like his, is quite perfect for the aesthetic, as there are a lot of soldier characters in 80s movie culture that represents the aesthetic in a huge way. I think the name of the skin would be interesting to many as well, like Synthwave 76 or just Synth 76. Would be absolutely perfect, especially when you consider the game's tradition of adding 76 to most of his skins. Soldier 76 has also been pretty close to repping an 80s cyborg in 2 of his skins as well, which by the way are undoubtedly one of my favourite skins that he has. Now, this next hero might seem a bit of a shot in the dark, and it would probably be a blessing in disguise for me because I main her now, and probably a slap on the wrist because I recently bought one of her skins in the shop recently. Yes, I'm talking about Kiriko. Yes, I think Kiriko would definitely be a good fit for a legendary Synthwave skin, and would probably be good enough for me to part ways with more of my hard-earned money. Now, did you know that both Synthwave and Vaporwave are the modern embodiment of a Japanese artistic tradition known as Ukiyo-e? There is actually a video on YouTube from Michael Saba of 5 years ago that talks about this in quite a lot of depth. I'll leave a link in the description if you're interested to watch that video, but this is exactly the reason why I think Kiriko would be a really good choice for a legendary Synthwave skin, because I find the whole idea of Ukiyo-e's origin with the inspiration of Synthwave aesthetic extremely fascinating. So I highly recommend, if you are going to find some time to watch a few videos, go ahead and watch Michael's video talking about this. It's very, very interesting. Now, considering we've already mentioned a damage hero and a support hero already, it would only be fair if this last hero would be a tank, right? So looking at the tank class, I feel as though D.Va and Zarya already have something that would fit the aesthetic as mentioned previously. That being said, I feel the one true tank hero that needs to have themselves a legendary Synthwave skin is Orisa. Of course, if you're a robot, then you have every reason to be representing Synthwave because there is tons of robot representation in the aesthetic. Suppose you could include Ramatra in this conversation, that being the case. But there is also a specific souvenir in the game that I would love to see become Orisa's head. I think this would be class. So, I'm sure you've seen this synth head souvenir knocking around, right? Personally, I think this is more Vaporwave than it is Synthwave, but that shouldn't stop Overwatch from perhaps releasing a Vaporwave style Orisa skin with this head being the front end of anything being made. I think it would just be awesome. Could you imagine an Orisa coming at you and she has this for a head? That would sure as hell be amusing. But anyway, those are my 3 hero picks. I'm sure there will be others who might want to put a few ideas forward, providing they're both Overwatch and Synthwave fans. There seems to be a rarity of those people in the community. But if you want to list any other heroes in the comments below that are deserving of a Synthwave legendary skin, do let me know of those. I'll be interesting to see what you guys come up with. So anyway, this is going to be the end of the video, guys. Thank you very much for watching. If you like this idea for content and you want to see more in the future, go ahead and click on the subscribe button. Send a comment, like the video, and then turn on your notifications. It really does help me out a great deal. You can also check me out on all of my other social medias, my Twitter account or X account, my Discord, and of course my TikTok. And let's not forget as well my Instagram and my Threads. Anyway, thank you for watching, guys. Have a great day. Have a great life. Be nice to your fellow gamers because we're all human beings. I've been CMG as always. Until the next video, I shall see you later. Peace.